everyone, I'm starting out today doing a little bit of Copic coloring on my little fairy girl here. She's from Viva Las Vegas Stamps. And she's stamped on Neenah Solar White 80-pound cardstock, which plays really nicely with the Copic markers. And I stamped her in Memento Tuxedo Black ink, which is not supposed to smear with Copic markers, but I think it was wet still, so it did smear a little in her legs. So I hit it with my heat gun, and that seemed to remedy the problem. So for her skin, I have E00, E11, E13, and E23. And when I Copic color, I generally use 3 markers. I don't know why I used 4, but so I laid down my lightest color all over, leaving a few spots completely white as a highlight. And then I take my medium or second lightest color in this case, and I go over most of that area that I colored with my lightest marker. And then I go over with the next darkest or the darkest, and I hit that in spots that I really just want to be really dark. And then after that, I just work backwards. I go back to the next lightest and the next lightest until I'm back to the lightest marker. And if I need to do any more blending, I go back. Like if the markers get like washed out looking, I'll go back and add a little bit here and there. But basically, that's what I do. Lightest to darkest, and then back from darkest to lightest. Pretty simple. And for her wings, I have BG10 and BG32 because I think they make like a really nice, like kind of transparent look. And then I also added in a little bit of BG13 to darken up some of those shadowy areas. This stamp's really nice because it has the shadow areas like stamped out there for you. So my plan here was to make her look like she's wearing like a little bit of a rainbow dress. So for the reds, I have RV13, R24, and R29. And then I'm going to go to a little bit of a dark orange, which is YR4 and YR18. And then I'm adding a little bit of Y38 in the middle to get it a little bit lighter because it was getting a little too dark looking there. And then I'm taking Y38 and Y35 to make a little bit of a lighter orangey yellow. And then for my lightest yellow, I have Y13 and Y15. And I'm just doing that same technique, lightest to darkest and darkest back to lightest. Pretty simple. I'm just starting out with my Copic coloring, so I'm just figuring it out. And then I'm going to color her little hat there with some of those oranges as well. I'm going to fussy cut her out, and then I'm going to go all around the outside of her with the black Copic marker so you can't see any of that white edge. I have some dilutions in lemon zest and squeeze orange, and then I have some craft paint in pollen and pink melon. And I'm really trying to make a quick and easy page, so I'm going to apply the paint with my brayer. And I'm in the middle of Halloween crafting, doing a little bit of a series that I'm going to have starting October 1st. So I really wanted to make a bright, happy, cheery page because I was doing a lot of dark, scary crafting. So this one's just a quick, light, fun page. And then I'm going in with that squeezed orange after I colored most of the whole page with the lemon zest. And it's not looking so good right now. I'm going to go in now with some of that pink melon. And I don't know, I see people doing this technique with the brayer, and theirs always looks really good. I don't know, mine never turns out that good, but I'm attempting. So and then I'm just going to go in straight with my paintbrush and some of that pollen color, the craft paint, and also add a little bit of the lemon zest with my paintbrush to get rid of some of those white spots and kind of pull the whole thing together. It was looking very splotchy. And then I felt like I needed a little more of the yellow, so I'm going to apply a little bit more of that with my brayer. And then all around, just right around the edges with a little bit of that pink melon as well. And then I was really not liking the way it was looking. So I've seen Corey Harriman do this thing where if she has a page she doesn't like, she brayers over it with white. So I thought I'd give that a try to see if that would help. And it actually did. So thank you, Corey, for that. Because I was about ready to chuck it, honestly. I wanted it to be quick and simple, and when it was turning into something that I was going to have to work out and fix, I was not feeling it. But the white gesso or white paint over the top really fixed things up. So I want to add a little bit more white in there. So I'm going to go through this, is it a Heidi Swapp stencil? I think, yeah, Heidi Swapp. It's like a flower stencil with some of my white gesso, which I use in place of white paint. And I'm going to go in with several layers to make it super, super opaque white. And I'm just going to apply it all over my page then. And that also helped bring everything together and get rid of some of that splotchy look. And I was much happier at this point with how it looked. So now I'm going to go in with some of that lemon zest, the Dylusions lemon zest with this Tim Holtz stencil. And bring these lines in from the upper left and lower right corners. And I'm going like my white, which is my lightest, covers most of the page with the stencil. And then I go a little bit darker with the yellow, and that stenciling covers a little less. And then finally this pink melon covers just a little bit with my darkest color, the pink melon, which is my darkest color. I find that if I do that, it helps things not get away from me too much when it comes to stenciling with a whole bunch of different colors. And I didn't bring any new colors in with my stenciling. It's the same colors that I used for the brayering of the background, so that helps as well. I'm going to do a little background stamping with some Viva Las Vegas stamps and some watering can archival ink. And this one is a mesh texture. It's just like a bunch of little dots. And this long skinny one here is called Row of Numbers, and it's just a row of numbers. So I'm just stamping that like around the edges and the corners. And then that ink pad is kind of like getting a little dry, so I have a little bit of this gray letterette ink that's a little bit darker. So I brought that in just to darken up that stamping a little bit. And then I'm going to go around the whole thing with that gray ink as well. And now I'm looking for some washi tape that kind of matches, but kind of has a little bit of a color pop for my girl to stand on. And these are all Dina Wakley washi tapes. And I chose this one that has some yellows and oranges, but it also has some bright reds that really help contrast and stand out against that yellow and white of the background. And she also has that pop of red and orange on her little dress there, so that helps bring everything together as well. I'm going to apply her with some Collage Page matte, and then I'm looking for a quote, and this is the Tim Holtz Small Talk or Chit Chat, one of the two. I can never ever remember which is which. I'm just using that for my quote because, again, I'm going for quick and simple here. And I thought since it was like white against that light background, I should add some of that washi tape so that it stands out a little and doesn't quite get like lost in the background. But the washi tape was looking a little bit too big for the quote, the size of the quote sticker. So I'm just going to trim it down a little bit so it fits more nicely on my quote. And then I'm going to add some teal splatters, and teal is a nice contrast against that yellow, and it also brings in a little bit of the teal that I used to color her wings. And that's it for my page. I was not thinking it was going to turn out that good, but I really liked it. It was a nice change from the gloomy Halloween crafting I've been doing. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys October 1st for a fun little Halloween fall series. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.